We are live. No, what am I gonna do? Today's gonna be a little different because we got an in real life event going on. It is Megan's birthday. Uh, so gotta say happy birthday to Megan on stream. It's gonna be 30 minutes though. The stream is gonna be very short. I'm just gonna pull up chat real quick on my phone so I could use that. They updated the chat, the Twitch thing on your phone, and it's just such a weird way to get to the chat. But it's not just me right now. I got two other people with me, Arnold and Shield. They're just
Hello.
quiet. And
Hello.
Shield. We all know Shield. He's almost on every stream.
Yeah, I try not to be, but it always ends up happening.
Hey, that's not up to me. I'm sorry. Well, are you guys gonna say happy birthday to Megan?
No.
Damn, just not even, no remorse, nah. Well, Shield says he's not gonna say happy birthday to you, Megan. Okay. Megan says okay.
Yeah. She knows what's up.
Guys, Megan's I got a message in chat telling me that I need to insult the co-streamer.
Oh. Which one?
Probably me.
Megan wants me to insult Shield for not saying happy birthday. Shield, I don't like your normal haircut that you usually go around with.
Which one? I have two.
It's kind of just always buzzed, very down.
Oh, I can't believe you.
Yeah, I know.
Buzz cut. Gross.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of like dimensions, no?
Bro.
Who am I to
I
talk?
can't believe what I'm hearing.
If you look at my first thing ever posted on YouTube, I had the same haircut. But yeah, that's what you get. You get insulted, I guess, because Megan wanted a happy birthday and you didn't give it to her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair.
So I wanted to talk about the future, but before we do that, I have a daily question. Would you like to hear it?
Sure, I'm
What
just
is the
gonna
daily
calm my
question?
dog down or something.
You're gonna what, Shield? Shield?
Well, they're gone.
Shield just disappeared. Okay. Megan said she would not like to hear the daily question, but too bad. I know it's a... You said no sorry after, or before the day. What? Oh wow, Megan's saying sorry that she wouldn't want to hear the daily question. I see, I see. I'm gonna do it anyways. So the daily question is, if you had to pick one specific thing that affects your daily life, specific invention, which invention would you pick to completely eliminate from reality and never existed? So basically, if I picked cars, then cars would have never existed, for instance. It has to be something that would affect your life on a significant scale.
Okay. Well, I was actually thinking cars because,
Sure.
you know, every time I go to the store, if it's like really close, just walking, like I could drive over there. You know, I have a car, I drive, but I would rather, you know, walk to places closer, like ride a bike to a place, right? It makes more sense. It's close, to, you know, gas prices are high.
Yeah.
But it would be so much easier if I didn't have to worry about a bunch of cars everywhere as I'm trying to cross the street, you know? Like,
that's a good point.
Traffic lights and like crossing places,
I mean, those are more of a...
crosswalks. They exist. They exist, but the drivers are never safe. They don't actually look where they're going a lot of the time. So, you know, it's not always the safest thing, even with all these things, you know? So I would actually say, I would have to say cars, because if you want to go long distance, there are other options that are a whole lot better, honestly.
That's actually a great point.
Like, if you really need to go across country, there's trains. and there's planes.
One of my first thoughts when I heard this question, or when I thought of this question myself, was cars.
Yeah.
For similar reasons, but also because cars are just so bad for the environment. And
So the question is just, what would we get rid of?
if it
Yeah.
has to be an invention that has, if it was taken away from your life, it would significantly change your life.
Yeah, like something that is regularly involved in your life that is a technology invention.
Yes.
What would it be?
I would say...
Gravity. I'm joking.
Oh, no. I would say
Not
the
invented.
microprocessor. The microprocessor would be the biggest effect on our lives.
Would that be a good thing though? Like this is some is
No.
this just
Oh, it
affects
has to be
you or
good.
affects you in a good way?
Oh, it would just affect me a lot.
Like you would
I didn't
choose
realize it
to
had-
get rid of this thing. Like
You
you
just
you can
choose it
choose
because-
to get rid of something,
Oh, I can choose.
right? So
Uh,
it probably wouldn't be your
humans.
computer. That's not an invention. That doesn't count.
Hi, Fish.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, Fish, if you want to hear the daily question is: if you had to choose a singular invention that, if it was disappeared, it would change your life forever or significantly, which invention would you choose to have never existed? So, if I picked cars, there'd be no pavement on the road, or a lot less, because cars never existed. Type idea.
Yeah, and this
Um,
isn't something like it affects you the most. What affects you the most? It was what would you choose to get rid of? Like if this was an option to you, like you have a genie lamp, but it's a very specific genie lamp. It's like which one do you want to remove? You only get one choice.
Yeah. So when I first thought of this question, I picked cars because they're so bad for the environment and watersheds, because pavement in general, like water rains down and filters through the dirt, but because we have so much pavement on Earth's surface, often the dirt doesn't, or the water doesn't get filtered, it just runs off the pavement, picking up more chemicals and more trash, and then goes into the sewer, which doesn't get filtered and then goes into the water. You know what I mean? Fish has a really good one, actually. Fish said phones, because we still have a form of communication through letters.
You would choose
Yeah.
phones?
Mobile phones, I get, because like if you had house phones, or like house phones are pretty chill, they work well. You know?
yeah, well, I will say
I
that
would not
part
say
of
that.
Yeah, because part of what revolutionized human society was long-distance communication.
Mm.
Like, it seems like a hot take, but it really isn't. Like, it's kind of a big
Like-
deal that we have it.
Megan said something. What do you say, Megan? Okay, Megan's gonna say it in chat. So I'd pick cars because it's just better for the environment. Phones. Someone said phones before when I asked this question yesterday during Megan's small little birthday party, and someone said phones. It was actually ironically the person there that used phones the most. I would say it did revolutionize communication, but you could use a computer for that. You could use other forms of internet use.
I mean, computers pretty much came about because of phones.
Mm.
No, I think phones, they came around first, but if you're talking about the mobile phone, they're definitely emulating the computer
I
as
think
it is,
so. Yeah.
not the other way around.
Megan,
They kind of they borrowed
Communication
features from a
between
computer.
computers is what I'm talking about. Computers wouldn't have an internet if there were no phones. It wouldn't come to mind.
I don't think that's true. The internet was created by people with computers. They were
Yes.
connecting their computers together.
Through the phone network.
Was it through the phone network? I don't know. Like
I have no idea.
it maybe, you know what?
I'm in over my
But-
head here, guys. I don't know what's happening.
But here's what I would say. The people who say that they wouldn't like phones the most, like these people who say, I would say, get rid of phones. These people, right, they have the option to go somewhere, turn off their phone, and then live with people who don't use phones, because these places exist. They're all over the place. It's not
Yeah,
like
but
there's
it's hard to-
only cities, right?
It's hard to integrate, though. Like, if you have friends, all your friends are like, why didn't you answer my text? And you're
Exactly.
like...
That's the problem. That's exactly what I'm saying. These people say that they wouldn't want their phones, but
Okay.
I would not want to give all of the things that my phone provides up.
I would give
for
up
that.
touchscreen phones that connect to the internet well. Flip phones are pretty cool.
I would not. I would not say that because I enjoy the ability to have a connection to the internet to anyone at any time. It's not just for communication or safety because you can call for emergency services in the middle of the woods as long as you have some service.
Put a pin in it. I agree. I'll get back to that.
But it's also for society. All right, you go.
Yeah. Megan in chat said she misses the days where we walked to friends' houses and knocked on their doors like, bro, are you home? And Fish said same in all caps. Megan said she agrees with Arnold on the computer thing. Yeah, so... Meaning the computer thing being, I think... Computers came. Megan said computers came first, then not phones, not built-off phones. So, I was gonna say, I think the problem isn't phones. I think it's social media.
Well, it depends on what you're defining the problem to be as well.
That's a good point. I think primarily a lot of what people think is caused by phones is more caused by social media, though. I would say that getting rid of that invention would have a positive impact on a lot of people.
It also depends on what specific aspect you're talking about. For example, are you talking about psychological dependency? Are you talking about
both
people behaving in irrational ways? Are you talking about culture? There's all sorts of things you could talk about. But
oh yeah, and a lot of those arise from social media. Like they wouldn't arise from you being able to call a friend. You know what I mean? They'd arise from you seeing this stuff on the internet repeatedly, time and time again, and trends, and then like bad body image. All these, there's a lot of things that can be contributed to social media.
I also think that's mostly a personal problem with people. They get too addicted to other people's lives that they're seeing.
You can argue that.
I use the internet a lot. I'm on a computer most of the day, but I don't go looking at other people's lives and like comparing mine to theirs or anything. I do.
Yeah.
I do have my own things, and I'm like, I don't care what these other people are doing, really, like, in that way at all, and it's a way of thinking, and it's what you choose to do with it.
I agree entirely, although I will say in hands of a younger generation of people who aren't developed and don't really know how to form their own life, they kind of live through others, and it's not unnatural to look towards others in that case. But it's not exactly the best way to grow. I
wouldn't say it's not unnatural. A lot of things in modern society are unnatural. For example, not a lot of people realize that porn, it's not natural. It's normal for us to be drawn to it.
Yes.
But it's not something that's psychologically normal for a human.
Yeah, it's like porn.
If that makes sense.
Porn it can have a terrible impact on your psyche if you binge on porn. It's bad for you. But we're naturally drawn.
Well, that's not where I was going. I'm just simply saying that addressing it as normal is not correct. Addressing it as something that people are drawn to is different, though.
Yeah. I want to say hello to the Odd 55. Hope you're doing okay. It's going to be a short stream this stream, talking about the daily question, some future stuff, and saying a happy birthday to Megan. Don't forget to say happy birthday to Megan, Odd 55.
You better give her a happy birthday. You better say it. You better say
it. Yeah, I don't give a rat's ass.
Megan is my fiance.
I know.
No, Odd 55.
It's okay. You don't have to say anything.
Don't worry. It's a hate-hate relationship. We understand each other.
A fiance is someone who's gonna marry me.
What? Are you sure?
We're gonna marry each other.
What? So wait, she's marrying you, but you're not marrying her?
We're marrying each other.
Wait a minute, what?
No.
Ben?
What?
We're marrying each other.
Megan doesn't know what consent is. Ben?
Okay. So The daily question, if you're curious, Odd 55, is if you could get rid of a Megan, I think they could hear you when you talk. But if you could get rid of one invention that affects your daily life or would impact your life if it disappeared, what invention would it be? As if it never existed at all throughout history. Social media is not a bad one because there's a lot of harm that comes from it in a sense of people not understanding how to use it properly. Logic gates and timers. But why would you want to get rid of things that might be very useful? You'd literally...
Arguably speaking, you can't get rid of logic gates because, like, that would be altering the way. No, but, like, that would be altering the very rules of the universe because logic.
I think it's man-made logic gates he's talking about specifically,
so,
not like automatic things.
To be clear, this invention would be able to be made tomorrow. It's just erasing the history of the invention. So it could exist still.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, why the fuck?
You could get rid of logic gates and timers, but the idea is to get rid of something that would benefit you. So some people said social media because social media it kind of it intoxicates people's minds. That's not the right term. A logic gate is something that is used to program. It's like what builds up computers.
It's also what's used to build manual computation devices. You can build them with marbles, you know.
It basically, the question of the day is what invention would you get rid of? Like the whole history, like it never existed. What invention would you want to get rid of? Some people said cars. Yeah.
You said cars.
Well, Dan also, or Arnold also said cars.
I can come up with a second one if you don't want the same one, because it, you know.
Sure, I have like a bunch because I asked this question at a party yesterday. But like, my first thought would have probably been sugar. Refined sugar.
I think that's fine, but so here's one thing, right? I don't know why, but the whole thing, like, you erase the history of the inventions, right? Have you heard of, like, things that are advanced that are just in nature? Like, they discovered a nuclear reactor that was just completely natural, that had worn out.
Okay.
So, the tide went in and out as, like, a coolant system.
I didn't know
that. There was, like, uranium that kept burning off, and so when they were mining it, they were like, why is this all used up? Why can't we use this? Why is it already, like, been heated up and used? It's because it's been reacting just as it is there, and it's been cooling itself with the tide. It was pretty cool. It's long dead, I think, but
yeah, that is kind of cool.
It was also far enough underground. It was far enough underground where it, like, wasn't affecting anything, if I recall.
I don't know where it was, but I do remember the story in the papers on it.
But I think it's a little off track from human-made inventions.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but it just reminded me of it.
That's
cool.
That's fair. It is a really cool topic. That's interesting. Shield, you haven't given me one yet, though.
Let's see.
I can give
if I had to...
more. If
no. I got this.
Okay. Weapons, but it would be used to defense. So, Odd 55 says they were thinking about weapons, but those are also used in defense.
Yeah.
But it would have to be a specific weapon. It'd have to be, like, the actual invention.
I'm reading this.
Social
it sounds like he wants to delete the Queen from existence.
Yeah, he said.
Ultimate weapon.
He said they said that they were going to use weapons, but the weapons would be used to defend the Queen and stuff. So yeah,
So, like,
sorry.
can I get rid of social constructs, like a specific social construct?
If it's an invention.
I don't know if that would be considered an invention. If it's like...
If it's not if it doesn't count, then that's fine.
If it's a
I
market, like that type of social construct, that's an invention. But if it's like,
Yeah, no, I'm
oh,
talking
I
about
look,
I'm talking like something like a particular type of human behavior.
No.
no, that's more instinctual.
You would
Okay.
have to say an invention that affects that if you really wanted to do that. Like you would, so something that would affect that behavior to get rid of it, you would have to get rid of that invention, basically. And I don't know if that is something that exists.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah. Another one someone straight up told me was just money. Altogether. And it's like, oh
I
wow,
agree.
we'd be stuck.
Actually, no.
We'd be in the
Here's the
barter
thing.
system. For
Money is an important stepping stone towards a moneyless
More-
system.
yes, it's more of
That's
like
the thing.
let's become more equal. But before we do that, we gotta make something that can allow us to be more equal. If that makes sense.
I do like the idea of money because it makes sense. I don't like the way it's incorporated because money, in its essence of what it is, it gives everyone the ability to properly value the items that they have, and it gives people more understanding. Because the bartering system, things are worth different things to different people, and it's hard to find an exact value. But with money, it has actual value. The problem is,
you can also
if you
argue
have
that makes
Yes?
people think, oh, I have this one piece of jewelry, I really value this, and they start valuing things that are worth money as opposed to things that are more beneficial to them in general. You know what I mean? It's like it becomes a status thing, and it becomes a hey, look at me, I have money, as opposed to hey, I'm getting what I need to get by.
I think you can do that with the bartering system as well. No different.
I suppose that's true.
Because
It'd be harder, I feel.
I mean,
but yeah.
money is just an extension of the bartering system, really. Because you are exchanging work. When you go to your job, you're exchanging time for food. It's just that the people you're working for aren't giving you food. You get to go out and choose what you want to buy with the money that you spent your time getting. Like it's just an extension to make it easier, so that the person you're working for isn't supplying the things.
Yeah. Fish, do you have... Oh yeah, no, Fish said phones. I remember now. No, I get what you're saying. It's a good point, because like someone is gonna find a way, like especially if it's based on your own like ideas of what things cost. Someone is gonna easily be able to exploit that and figure out, hey, this person doesn't think this is valuable, and then get a bunch of different things and basically become rich, but with bartering money.
Isn't that also just how
Jules?
capitalism works in general?
That is kind of how capitalism works.
I mean, capitalism is opportunism in nature.
Well,
okay.
kind of. True capitalism is important, but,
Yeah. You know who I haven't seen in chat in a while? I haven't seen Beans in a while.
Yeah.
Beans?
Beans?
Beans.
Beans, like...
Beans.
Beans is just pretty cool, and I don't know where they went.
They usually come later.
Do they? Oh.
I have only been on this thing 3 times, so I cannot tell you, but... I've been getting a lot of Kaz cash.
Yeah, you get it for just kind of being in stream, being a part of stream. I don't know how much you get, so I might have to change the price of everything.
I currently have 1,000.
Odd55, I don't know if you can delete your natural bodily functions. I don't know if that's an invention.
That's not an invention, unless you have...
If you want to get rid of a toilet, you can.
Yeah.
Sleep was not an invention either.
It was an invention. I was the one who invented it.
I don't think he's answering the question. I think he's just making a statement. He just wants to get rid of it.
Okay, yeah. So, that's fair. You just get rid of the need for that. I get it. It's like getting rid of the need for sleep. You want to have more time to yourself.
No, it's getting rid of sleep. You're just now very tired and you can never go to sleep.
Oh, you know it'd be... No, you know it'd be an interesting thing to get rid of? Ads. Like the invention of ads. So that like anything
Your
that
entire
was read...
Twitch stream is done.
Yeah, I know, right? But
If
any
you get rid of advertisements, here's the thing. On the
Mm,
one hand, strictly speaking, advertisements are not ethical.
yeah,
What do
However,
you mean?
on the
depending.
other hand, without advertisements, there would be no particular way for
Word of mouth.
us to... Yes and
That is
no.
advertisement.
That's
I
kind
mean,
of the
like,
problem.
public
How would
advertisement.
I have
uh,
advertised Deep Rock Galactic to you several times.
I
yeah,
remember.
advertisement. Getting rid of
I've actually just
advertisement.
brainwashed you to buy it, basically.
And I own it
Advertisement,
and haven't tried
public
it.
advertisement, private advertisement, and free advertisement, paid advertisement, all these different forms of advertisement.
Yeah.
There's no concrete border between advertisement and non-advertisement.
There
That's
is,
fair.
I
Well, I
think.
would say
No, there.
advertisement that is paid for because okay, paid advertisement as an invention. Just because everything that is good would just get spread by word of mouth and by like, hey, sponsorship, like, or not sponsorship, but like, hey, I just want to tell you about this cool thing. You know what I mean?
I would not want to have that because advertisements, I think, are not a bad thing. I think they're morally neutral. I don't
Well,
think there's any morals to them at whatsoever.
Well, they're morally neutral in the same way the internet is.
the way
That is to say,
what?
it's morally neutral until humans use it.
No. It's
Okay.
morally neutral in general, because if I make something, I want people to buy it. Like, say like this, right? I make a cure to cancer. Is it morally wrong for me to advertise that?
Well, no, but nobody would. Everyone would just advertise it without you paying. Like,
No, it wouldn't,
without.
because if I make it and I tell someone, it would spread eventually, but it would spread so much faster if it would take at least a few months before
I
it
think
got
that could
out.
just be an announcement by the government. You know what I mean?
That is an advertisement.
No,
Yeah.
if you are getting money, you don't have to be
Well, there's
getting
also the
money.
fact we haven't
No money
defined what
transaction.
an advertisement is.
I said advertisements that takes money. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
But what is
So
an
specifically
advertisement?
Yes, specifically money transaction advertisements.
I also
what
believe
is
that those
an
are neutral.
advertisement?
Well, okay,
Not answering.
the way I think of it is it creates a maker system. People with more money can advertise more and get more money, and it kind of pushes out ad revenue or ad space for other people, so on and so forth. You know what I
It's
mean?
only for
You're
people
not
who
answering
haven't
my question.
seen it.
What are you saying, Shield?
What is advertising then?
Advertising in terms of like, someone paid me to explain what this product is.
What is advertising? End of statement.
That someone gives me money, or I give them money to explain something or talk about something.
I mean, we can go with that definition of advertising, but I would use the word paid advertising for that definition because
But that's what I'm talking
advertising.
about. Paid advertisement. That's what I said. It's okay.
I'd have to think about it a lot. I do know that, morally speaking, there are a lot of issues with advertisement. Primarily the fact that it takes advantage of the way our psychology is actually constructed.
Ads
You
are
have the
kind of
choice to
manipulation
buy
for...
or not buy.
Yes,
It's
okay.
entirely up to you. There's
Megan
no,
has a good point.
it's a personal problem.
Okay, first I want to say, Odd55
We can
said that
discuss
they
this
would
later.
delete junk food.
Ooh,
Other than a couple
that's
things,
good.
I guess. That is a good thing. I like that. I like that a lot. That's smart. But Megan said something I agree with. She said ads are kind of manipulation, but word of mouth would be more sincere. Sincere?
Who is the manager of all these?
Whose mic is that? That might be Shield.
No, it's not. There's no one in my house. Why would it be me?
I think it's my mic, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone is talking in your background. But yeah, so like everyone's heard those ads where it's like, oh, here's this medication. Now here's a list of all the
Medication
different
ads
things
should
really
not
quick.
exist.
What?
Ads for prescription medication should not exist.
I agree. They're actually illegal in most countries, but not America for whatever reason.
You should know exactly why.
Probably invented 30 kilograms into my body with that. What'd you say, Shield?
It should be pretty obvious. Oh, I didn't mean to scrap that. But,
So on the
it
sorry.
it should be pretty fairly obvious why prescription medications are
They're
or
manipulated.
their ads are legal in the U.S.
Oh, because capitalism. Well, no, not because capitalism, not because of specifically capitalism, but because of the way America went about capitalism.
No, because of
US.
the way America went about democracy.
Yeah, fair. But on the same note, Odd 55, I had mentioned refined sugar, getting rid of that as an invention altogether. It's basically get rid of so many junk foods that are just bad for you.
I
But
think it has some place,
It would also
but
get
not
rid of
with
a
food.
lot. It would also get rid of a lot of cultural contexts and a lot of our progress on chemistry and biology.
maybe. Okay, so I'm recognizing more people are joining. They don't need to answer, but I'm just catching them up. The daily question was to think of a specific invention that affects your daily life or will impact you if it was gone, impact your life significantly. Now, which invention would you get rid of or erase its history, basically? So it's just never existed in history. It can be invented tomorrow, but it just didn't exist until today. Some people said cars. Some people said I said refined sugar. But you're right. It does make so it would be hard to have our chemistry knowledge would be down more if we didn't have refined sugar.
Yeah, that's why I like the junk food thing. That one's a really good one because
Yeah, but
you
junk
know,
food is very broad. You know.
I mean, sure, but
Yeah.
it is a general category. I mean, any of them not existing. If it was only one, it wouldn't make much of a difference. But the idea of having a lot of food that is really bad for you, that would be something too good to remove.
Um. Megan said that she would get rid of Amazon and make an Amazon herself.
I mean, isn't Amazon owned by its shareholders right now?
Not sure, but
Because if it is, then from what I understand of economics, unfortunately, there's not much you can do to, you know.
well, see, the thing with that is if Amazon didn't exist, some other almost monopolistic company would probably exist.
Well, there is that, sure, but the main thing is with corporations, a lot of people view them as evil, and
Yeah.
like the person who owns them or who's at the top being some like evil figure. But what it really is the stock market manipulating them to take the profit maximizing move all the time, regardless of circumstances. And
I
in
mean,
truth, most people who own a company, if it's owned by the stock market, they have zero control.
oh, well, yeah, you lose more and more control the more with stock market stuff. I do want to say, Odd 55, you asked when I was streaming next. I will be streaming on Thursday at 5. Just my normal schedule, but today is just special because it's Megan's birthday and I don't want to be streaming all the time. So I'm ending it when we're done with the discussion. No games today or anything, just human conversation. Um okay. But yeah, so I was thinking with all of this, I just lost all of my. Someone take the floor from me. I just lost my entire train of thought because.
You have no more floor. It is mine.
Okay,
I'm in your floor. I'm in
swipe
your
it out from
walls.
under
I've
me.
taken it.
Flip me like a banana, like I slipped on a banana. Oof.
Flip me like a banana.
Banana.
Flip
I will
me
say
like
one
a
thing.
banana.
It is 4:30
Yeah.
past their 4:30, so
Okay, so
it is already time for you
yeah, I'll
to
just
go.
I'll end the. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna be quick. I'll end the discussion on the daily topic. Or daily question. I think it was a very fun daily question personally. One of my better daily questions.
Yeah, I like that.
It was a good one. But so for future, I wanted to mention, a lot of people are confused as to why I haven't done... You want me to compliment a co-streamer? Do you want me to compliment a specific co-streamer, or just
Yeah,
all of
I
them?
think you should compliment the better one that's named Arnold. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you know I changed my name recently?
Damn. Odd55 says happy birthday, Megan. Arnold, you were a pretty... Okay, no, that sounds rude. Arnold, you're a really good artist, and I appreciate you doing art for me. If anyone actually is curious about where any of the art is coming from for my channel, it's from Arnold. So.
Yay.
Other than Megan made my profile picture. That's it. And P Dussy says happy birthday, Megan. Megan. Yes, Megan. So I wanted to talk about the future. A lot of people were confused as to why I'm not streaming as much Minecraft. There is stuff going on with the server. Megan wants to say thank you to everyone for saying happy birthday. But yeah, we haven't played Minecraft because the server was kind of dysfunctional, crashing, and weird shit going on.
Which I am going to be taking the initiative on fixing.
So the files are getting moved to Shield. Shield is going to be able to have control of the files. So hopefully we can fix it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. There's a lot of lag, and I've been prepping for other things. For instance, the charity stream on Monday, next Monday. Hope everyone can join. I'm trying to figure out right now how to hook up the charity stuff directly to Twitch. But it's going to be for water preservation / filtration. So basically water. Cancer, and also for Candida, which is the problem I have that causes my life to suck. But for Scrap Mechanic, I'm gonna try to get to that on Wednesday maybe, but I've had a lot going on, so I might not be able to make it. If not, I'm still figuring out what game I'm playing on Thursday, so it might be the Scrap Mechanic.
That's cool. I can join you for that one if you want me to as well.
Sure. So yeah, the future has been a little chaotic, but with the server, the Minecraft server, we're looking to have a finale at some point, and we're ending the volume. That's what we're gonna call it. We're calling them volumes. This volume, what you can perceive as a season, is ending for the summer, and it will probably be picked back up either in the winter.
3-dimensional.
It'll be picked back up in the winter or in next summer. So yeah, the server's being fixed. We're trying to figure it out. Shuffling around with files and stuff. Charity stream's happening next Monday, which is going to be 12 hours, 8 to 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's going to be a finale maybe that week for the server. And then another finale at the end of the month for just me going off to school. So we've got a lot of planning going on. That's what's... It's been a lot of planning and lag issues for the Minecraft streaming. So that's why it hasn't happened a lot. But for today, it's a special day for Megan, and I don't want to take it too much away from her. So I'm going to be hanging out with Megan. Anyone have anything to say? Because I think that's most of what I had. I liked this discussion. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a really good question of the day, I think.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I do want to ask, P2C, did you get to hear the question of the day? I'm sorry you're bored. Odd 55, I would help, but I got plans.
Oh no, his entertainment's gone.
Another thing I want to add also is that I've been doing a lot of schoolwork, which has been making it a little hard on me, but I'm getting through it. It's fine. I don't know if P2C was here for the daily question, but it's okay. I can talk to him another time about it. What's ending soon anyways? This stream, yes, the stream is ending, which is about now. If everyone's got everything that they wanted to say out of their chests.
Yeah, I think so.
Kaslov?
You're right. Wow. Okay, this is the second time actually. I forgot Kazlub one of the times. Like I think it was last week, and I realized that, and I was like, what?
How dare you? How dare
Yeah.
you forget this troll?
He is our currency, and I forgot about him.
Imagine
Sounds
forgetting.
Wak cow.
delicious.
Also, have you named the frog thing?
No, we have not named the frog thing. Megan,
think-
would you like to name the frog?
Ooh.
It's your birthday. Megan said no. Megan doesn't want to name
Okay.
the frog.
I have an idea.
What?
So we've made a list, kind of, not really a
Pedro.
written list, but we've suggested different names for it already. If you put them on a pole, or you make a wheel and you spin it with the names on it, see which one it lands on, that will be the official name.
Sure. I could do that during stream. Pedro, I like
Yeah.
that. I'll put that on the wheel. What do you say, Megan?
Pedro is one of the names on the wheel. Got it.
I still didn't hear you. Well, I can hear you now. What do you say, Megan? Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good point. There is a name generator on the Kaz Cache if someone wants. And actually, first person to get that does that gets to name I. Do we want to do it that way, or do we want to do it the way with the pole or with the wheel?
Somebody can use Kaz Cache and make a poll.
Yeah. What do you think, Dan? Or it's already happened 3 times now. Arnold, Shield, what do you think? Should we how should we go about naming this frog?
I think you should
Oh.
go into the wild and catch a real one. Ask it what its name is.
I don't know if that's how life works, fam.
It is. You just have to ask nicely.
Damn, have I just always been too mean?
No, you just haven't asked politely. There is a difference.
Yeah, you don't go into the woods and just talk to animals normally.
No, I suppose that's a good point. I gotta like actually say please and thank you. Okay, well, I'll figure that out. I might do a poll at some point. I'm thinking a poll, but we'll figure it out before the end of summer, right?
No, probably not. Ooh, sledgehammer.
Anyone have anything to say? If not, I'm ending the stream.
Alright, goodbye.
I hope everyone has a good rest of their night or day or whatever it is for them. Sorry I couldn't stay for longer like I usually do. You guys are cool, and until next time, I hope we have a good time. Yeah, you gotta wait till Wednesday, I'm sorry. Okay, bye-bye.